Buenas tardes, chicos. Bienvenidos a nuestra primera sesión virtual de la asignatura Inglés 5 de la Facultad de Antropología. Welcome everybody to our first virtual session of English 5 at the Faculty of Anthropology. My name is Arlette Macedo, and we are going to start. These are the aspects that we are going to cover today. Introduction of Unit 2, Worksheet 1, Vocabulary of Sports, and questions or doubts at the end. So, in the exercise 1, where it says, read about Ironman competition and answer the following questions. This exercise is in your book on page 21. So let's go to your book. Here it is. It says, listen to someone talking about the Ironman competition, work in pairs and answer these questions. So,
competition has 3 different races. In the swimming race, competitors swim for 6 kilometers.
as you can see, we have the script here. Maybe you cannot listen to the audio clearly, but we have the script. So it says an Ironman competition has 3 different races. In the swimming race, the competitors swim for 3.86 kilometers. Then they cycle for 180 kilometers. And finally, they run a marathon. The world final of the Ironman Championship is held annually at Hawaii, and it's very competitive. Every year, around 1,900 people compete against each other in front of thousands of spectators. So this is the script and the listening. And then we have some questions. How many races are there in the Ironman competition? According to the script, there are 3 races. How many kilometers do the competitors swim and cycle? Remember that in the script it says that they swim for 386 kilometers and they cycle for 180 kilometers. So how many kilometers do the competitors swim? 3.86 and cycle 180 kilometers. How many people compete in the Hawaii every year? Around 1,900 people, okay? So there are many people that compete in this championship. Now, in exercise 3, it says, the words in the box are from the same family. Which word is a verb, an adjective, a noun that refers to a thing, or a noun that refers to a person? Competitors, competitive, competition, or compete. Aquí tenemos una familia de palabras, así se llaman. ¿Cuál de estas palabras es un verbo? Compete. ¿Cuál es un adjetivo? ¿Cómo podemos saber qué es un adjetivo? Por el sufijo if. Entonces, competitive. ¿Cuál es un sustantivo que se refiere a una cosa? Competition. Todas las palabras que tengan el sufijo ition son sustantivos. ¿Y cuál es un sustantivo que se refiere a una persona? Pues por el sufijo or, todas las palabras que tienen sufijo or se refieren a personas. Ahora tenemos, complete the questions with the words from the box above. Then ask and answer the questions with a partner. So let's have a look at the exercise. In the exercise, it says, in sports, are you normally a? ¿Cuál de estas palabras utilizarían? Competitor, competitive, competition, or compete? So, in sports, are you normally a competitor or an spectator? Number 2, do you ever compete in sports? Okay. And then what types of competitions do you like? What types of competitions do you like? Yes. And the last question, are you a competitive person? Why or why not? And you can tell me, in sports, are you normally a competitor or a spectator? You can say, I am usually a competitor because I compete in soccer matches. Or I am usually a spectator because I don't compete and I don't play any sport. Number 2, do you ever compete in sports? Yes, I do, or no, I don't. If you say yes, I do, you can say, I compete in basketball matches, or I compete in soccer matches, or I compete in baseball matches. What type of competition do you like? I really like soccer competitions, running competitions, cycling competitions, dancing competitions, etc. Are you a competitive person? You can say, yes, I am, or no, I'm not. If you say, yes, I am, you need to say why. Yes, I am a competitive person because I like challenges. Oh, no, I'm not. I am not a competitive person because I am not into sports. I don't like competitions because I'm not professional athlete or a professional soccer player, or simply I don't like sports. So these are the questions that you had to complete for homework. The second exercise has to do with a reading. So let's have a look at this reading. In this reading, there is a question at the top and it says, why do you think these competitions are crazy? And here we have the competitions. If you look at the photos of both competitions, look at them. This is the first competition that is called the Area the Road competition. And the second competition is this one that is called the Mud Ball Championship or competitions. Yes. So these are two examples of crazy competitions. Why do you think they are crazy? Well, what do you find unusual in the first photo? I find unusual the supermarket card, for example. Over here, we have a supermarket card, and it's very unusual because we don't normally use supermarket cards in competitions. We usually use supermarket cards for shopping, to carry our shopping, okay? So that is very unusual. And in the second, if you look at the guy, he is in mood, okay? So this is not a typical competition because the guy is in a place where there is a lot of mood. Okay, so let's go to the reading. The reading says, the Area the Road competition. The Area the Road is an annual race in 20 different USA cities. Each team must have 5 people and a shopping cart. One person usually rides in the cart and 4 people pull it. Teams can decorate the shopping cart, but they can't change the wheels. All the teams have to start and finish at the same place, but they don't have to run on the same roads. The members of each team must cross the finish line together, and they can't finish without the card. That is the first, the idiot row. What about the second? The Mood Ball Championship. The Mood Ball football play every September in North Conway, New Hampshire, USA, is similar to regular American football in that players can pick up the ball and run with it. There are also two teams, but the game is shorter. The winner is the team with the most points at the end of 60 minutes. The really big difference is that the players have to play in a field with a half a meter of mud. Yes. So as you can see, every competition, every event has different rules, okay? So let's look at the rules. In the first one, each team must have 5 people in a shopping cart. This is one rule. Another is one person usually rides in the cart and 4 people pull it. Teams can decorate the shopping cart, but they can't change the wheels. This is another rule. They can't change the wheels. All teams have to start and finish at the same place. Todos los equipos tienen que empezar y terminar en el mismo lugar. But they don't have to run on the same roads. Pero no tienen que correr en las mismas calles. The member of each team must cross the finish line together and they can't finish without the car. Los miembros de cada equipo deben cruzar la línea final juntos y no pueden terminar sin el carrito, okay? So now let's look at the rules of the second event, the Mood Balls Championship. In the Mood Balls Championship, that is very similar to American football, players can pick up the ball. Esta es una regla. Los jugadores pueden alzar la pelota y correr con ella. There are also teams, but the game is shorter. The winner is the team with the most points at the end of 60 minutes. El ganador es el equipo con más puntos al final de los 60 minutos. The really big difference is that the players have to play in a field with half a meter of mud. Y dice que la diferencia entre este evento y el fútbol americano es que los jugadores tienen que jugar con 1,5 metros de lodo. Bueno, ya que tenemos esto leído, ahora vamos con el ejercicio. It says competitors start and end at the same place. Is the idea of the road, okay? So let's have a look at the exercise. You can say A or B or A and B. So competitors start at the end of the same place, 8. The rules are similar to those of another real sport. If you remember, in the mud ball, they play similar to American football, so it's letter B. The competition is held once a year. As you know, in the area of the road, the competition is annually. And in the second, in the ball move, the competition is held every September. So I can say A and B because both are annually. It involves a type of transportation. Remember that in the first event, the area of the road, it involves a supermarket cart. So I can say that is letter A. And it's for teams. In both events are for teams. There is a time limit. It's in the, there is a time limit. It's in the letter B. So now let's have a look at the answers. Yeah, we are right, okay? Good. Now the next exercise says, which of the two competitions would you like to watch or take part in? Well, you can answer this question like this. I would like to watch the mood the mood ball competition because I find it very interesting to see how people can run in the mood. And I also would like to watch the Eye of the Row competition, but I prefer to take part in it because I think it's fun and you can really have a fun time with your friends. Do you have any crazy competitions in your country? Well, think of some competitions. They don't have to be necessarily sport competitions. They can be food competitions. For example, in Mexico, we can have food competitions. In some restaurants in Mexico, people compete. For example, there are different people around a table and they are served some hamburgers. The person who eats the most hamburgers is the winner. So the winner is the person who eats as many hamburgers as possible. This is a kind of weird but fun competition. Another competition is, for example, um, in the month of November in Toluca, there are some competitions among crafters, and they do sugar schools, and they sell they compete with each other to sell the biggest sugar skull or the most decorated sugar skull. As you can see, this is another type of competition. Another competition that we have in Mexico is dancing competition. If you go to other places around Mexico, you can see that in different cities, there are some dancing competitions. The people from the audience participate in these dancing competitions and they are given a number. So the couple that stay longer dancing is the winner. So this is another type of competition. Well, now, as you can see in the reading, there are some words that are highlighted. What I want you to do is you need to use those words to complete this. It says runner at the Olympic Games get a gold medal when they win so let's have a look at the activity. When they win a race. In soccer, there are 11 players on each side. A baseball game is played between two teams. Next, how many points did you score? After 2 hours of running, the finish line was finally in sight. The winner received a gold medal. And that's it. The next exercise that you have to do is to answer this question. How many different kinds of races can you think of? Well, we can say running races like a marathon, swimming races, cycling races, and car races. What is your favorite team sport? How many players are there in a team? You can say, my favorite team sport is the Diablos of Toluca. How many players are there in a team? 11 players. What are the names of sports teams in your town or city? So we can have the Diablos, we can have the Pumas, we can have Potros. In what games do you score goals and in what games do you score points? You score goals in the water polo, ice hockey, and soccer. You score points in tennis, table tennis, basketball, and baseball. Okay. Now, the last exercise that I wanted you to complete, it's vocabulary of sports. Okay, so let's have a look at this. Let's check. I'm just looking for the worksheet, okay, of sports. I let you know. Here it is. Okay, I'm going to share the screen with you in a minute so that you can have a look at it. Here it is. Now, in the first exercise, you had to complete the following sports with words or some words. Remember that we use do, go, and play. Recuerden que utilizamos el do para algunas actividades o play para otras y el go. Do lo utilizamos para deportes de combate o individuales. Play lo utilizamos para todos los juegos de mesa y deportes que involucran pelota. Y go lo utilizamos para aquellas actividades que terminan con ing. Por ejemplo, vamos a ver en la primera, tenemos aerobics. That is the first. Number 2, cricket. Number 3, ice hockey. Number 4, karate. Number 5, basketball. Number 6, squash. Number 7, snooker. Number 8, snooker es similar al billar. Number 8 is, what is number 8? Let me see, let me think, what is number 8? Number 8. Number 8 is water polo. Number 9. Number 9 is windsurfing, and number 10 is horse riding. Now, in exercise 2, write the sports given in the box in the correct category. We have 3 categories. Usually non-competitive, participants compete in teams, and participants compete as individuals. Usually non-competitive, we can have aerobics, rock climbing, and yoga here in the first, in letter A, aerobics, rock climbing, and yoga. Participants compete in teams. Participants compete in teams. We can have hockey, cricket, ice hockey, baseball, and water polo. And participants compete as individuals. We can have golf, we can have a squash, we can have snooker, taekwondo, darts, and judo. Then try to think of 3 winter sports. For example, we can have ice hockey, ski jump, and snowboarding. A combat sport, boxing, judo, and karate. Sports in which competitors are sitting down, we can say rowing, canoeing, yoga, kayaking. Number 4, sports which take place on or in water, we can say diving, sailing, swimming, water polo. And finally, sports which are usually played indoors, basketball, snooker, table tennis, squash. Now, the next exercise says, match the 2 halves of the winter sports, then find them in the pictures. The first one is bobsled. Bob, we have here, and sled. Bobsled is picture number 6, okay? This is. Now we have half pipe. Half pipe, that is picture number 1. And then we have figure skating. Figure skating es como patinaje artístico, that is picture number 2. And then we have snow boarding, that is number 4. And then we have ski jumping, that is number 3. Ski jumping, that is number 3. And then we have speed skating, that is number 5. And then in the last exercise, it says, fill in the gaps with the words given below, then add the person who does each sport. For example, let's say swimming pool, the person who does the sport is a swimmer. A boxing rink, and the person who does the sport, it's the person who does the sport, it's the person who does the sport is a boxer. And a skating rink with K, a skating rink with K, and the person who does the sport is a skater. A tennis court and the tennis player, and then we have a ski. Let's say, what is a ski? In number 5, we have a ski slope. The slope is this. And the person who does the sport is a skier. Okay? A skier. And then we have a pool table, que es como una mesa de billar. And the person who does the sport is pool player. And then we have a golf course, que es como un campo de golf. And the person who does the sport is a golfer. And then we have an athletics, let's say in number 9, an athletics track, and the person who does the sport is an athlete. Number 8, a football pitch, and the person is a footballer or a football player. And a Formula 1 circuit, and the person who does the activity is a racing driver. With this, we finish our session. Con esto, nosotros terminamos nuestra sesión. Recuerden que es muy importante que ustedes revisen esta sesión, que revisen su primera hoja, porque este vocabulario lo van a utilizar para un proyecto de un video. En este video, ustedes tienen que hablar sobre un deporte y tienen que explicar a grandes rasgos cuáles son las reglas de este deporte. Y para eso, bueno, pues van a utilizar el vocabulario que se vio en esta sesión. Más adelante, yo les indicaré las instrucciones para realizar esta actividad. Pero mientras revisen su hoja, califiquen sus respuestas ustedes mismos y guárdenla para que el día que nos veamos me presenten su hoja impresa. Pues muchas gracias y nos vemos en la sesión del día lunes, que va a ser a las 11 de la mañana. A todos, muchas gracias por ver esta sesión.